what you would want your last meal to be?
That's pretty grim.
Jesus knew.
True. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Catholicism and Coffee. I am Stephen Gasenski.
I am Beth Kaczynski.
We talk about Catholicism, all things Catholic, and enjoy some great brews. Today we're going to have a little bit of a weirder episode. Well, it's probably not weirder than our normal day-to-day. But today we're going to be talking about who else could have been at the Last Supper. I mean, the 12 are mentioned, and Jesus are mentioned by name in the Gospels, but could there have been more people there? Because if for any of us who've been to a Seder type meal, they're a pretty big affair. It's usually lots of family and such, so who all could have been there? So we'll go over that. This is the end of Jesus' 3 years of public ministry, so he's probably gathered some folks by that time.
Now, just a disclaimer, this is our own thoughts, our own speculation, our own theories. This is not the gospel truth. So don't go around saying, oh, this person was at the Last Supper because these crazy people in Catholicism and Coffee said so. We are not church authority. So this is just some fun speculation to think about, talk about, share over dinner or coffee with your Catholic friends.
Yeah, it's a fun little game to play. And if you want to cite us as a source for how it informs your theory, we're okay with that, but just don't take us, we are not church authorities, or I'm an honest theologian.
Yeah. So, who do you think may have been at the Last Supper besides Jesus and the 12?
I would guess Mama Mary was there.
I agree, because why would Jesus not want his mom there?
Yeah, because it's a big family affair, so
Yes.
as his nearest living relative.
Yes, and she was his first disciple, as we're often taught.
Uh-huh.
I have another theory about Mary. I wonder if she made the bread that Jesus then used to do, this is my body, this is my blood.
That could have been entirely possible.
Who knows? She may have been a very talented bread maker.
She may have been. So, it could not just been family, but it could have had friends. So
Friends, close followers.
Yeah, so Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, because he was a close friend of Lazarus.
Oh, yes.
They referred to him as someone he loved.
Yes.
So it's possible the three of them were there.
Yeah. And Jesus knew who or what was going to happen next, so I would think he'd want his closest friends and loved ones to be with him the night before he dies.
It's possible.
I also am thinking of the women who went to visit the tomb. It's like they had to be in the area, they had to be nearby. Maybe they had dinner with Jesus on Thursday.
So who are these women?
So that is Mary, Mary Magdalene, the other Mary, and then there's some discrepancy over who else was there. There's the name Salome, there's the name Joanna.
Mm-hmm. Saint Joanna.
Yes.
You said Mary, the other Mary, the wife of Clopas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a possibility.
Yes.
Any other women you want to break down?
Well, there is the possibility of Saint Veronica. Now, she wasn't visiting the tomb, but she was on the way of the way to the cross. Way of the cross, way to the cross.
Yeah. She's mentioned in church tradition.
So maybe she was there the night before. Maybe she knew a little bit of what was going on. Maybe she was an innocent bystander watching the Garden of Gethsemane from afar. Who knows?
That's a good possibility. Who else? Any other ladies you want to break down?
No other ladies I can think of, but let's think about the other close disciples of Jesus, the ones who were considered to be Judas Iscariot's successor.
Yeah, of course, Saint Matthias, who ended up being the replacement for Judas after all this went down.
Yes. And then there was another name that was mentioned as a potential to replace Judas Iscariot, and that was Joseph Barsabas, also known as Justus. And he is mentioned in Scripture as a potential person to succeed Judas Iscariot.
This is in the Acts of the Apostles, so we are going off of Scripture,
yes.
Not just church tradition.
Yes.
I have another one in there. I'm going to say St. Stephen.
So why do you say St. Stephen other than he's your namesake, sort of?
Well, he was noticed to be an early follower of Christ.
This is true.
Because he was one of, I think it was 6 or 7, this is in the Acts, of men to basically handle the widows and orphans while the the apostles handle more discreet matters, more spiritual matters, and they needed some folks on the ground. St. Stephen was among them. There's also a man named Philip, who, because they were named, it's like 6 or 7, I can't remember exactly, men who were mentioned by name. So there's Philip, Stephen, who else do we got? Nicholas of Antioch, yeah, that's a good one. Joseph of Arimathea, he is mentioned in Scripture.
Yeah, he was obviously in the area. Now, he was a secret follower, so maybe he wasn't at the Last Supper. Maybe he was having dinner next door. Who knows?
Speaking of secret followers, Nicodemus.
Yes, Nicodemus.
Saint Nicodemus.
Yeah, who knows? They may have gone over to have supper with Jesus.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, there's John the Evangelist.
Yes, now, he may have been the same as John the Apostle. Their church isn't super clear on that, but if he was not, if John the Evangelist and John the Apostle are two separate people, maybe John the Evangelist was there.
Yeah.
Similarly, maybe St. Luke the Evangelist was there too.
Mm-hmm. And you could have other family members of other disciples. St. Peter's mother-in-law, she is specifically mentioned in Scripture as Jesus healing her. And this is only at most 2 years. 2.5 years after, so she may still be alive.
Yeah.
And other Peter's other relatives besides his brother Andrew, who knows?
Yes. And also not Peter, but James and John. Maybe their dad was there, Zebedee. He's mentioned a few times. Maybe their mom too.
Yeah. Who else do we have on our list?
Well, if we're thinking a little farther ahead in the New Testament, there's Saints Aquila and Priscilla, who were are not apostles, but they worked with St. Paul, traveled with him, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they were there. We don't know when they started following Jesus or if they just followed St. Paul.
Yeah, there were quite a few later disciples who kind of became known who were supporters of the disciples. Like they would meet in each other's homes and stuff like that, and they provided homes. St. Cornelius, but that's much, much later. He was not there, probably.
Probably not.
We got Nicanor, Timon, and
Parmenas?
Yeah, I think those were deacons.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Barnabas and Ananias.
Ananias, yeah. Oh, yeah, Barnabas, also a disciple who actually was the one who kind of spoke on behalf of Paul to the apostles early on.
Yes.
To kind of show his character, that he's like, actually he's changed his ways, he's not trying to kill us now, he actually wants to be among us, and I've been observing him. And Ananias, I'm trying to remember him. He's in the New Testament as well. He's another disciple later on.
Yes.
So there's quite a few, and there's probably some people we're missing who could be good possibilities.
Yes.
But yeah, this was we thought this would be a fun exercise for the episodes.
Yeah, I think we were just one day during Holy Week, I believe, we were just talking about it. It was like, who do you think was at the Last Supper? Because these are the kinds of conversations we have when we're not on camera.
It's true.
It's like, you know what? We should do an episode on this.
Yeah, and we thought it was appropriate to put this episode out now since we're close to the feast of Corpus Christi, the body and blood of Christ.
Eucharist and the Last Supper.
That was when it was instituted.
Yes.
So we really wanted to build upon this. We thought it would be fun for you all to discuss around your dinner table. We hope you enjoyed that.
Yes. And if you have thoughts about who else may have been at the Last Supper, feel free to leave them in the comments.
Yeah, we read the comments.
We do read the comments.
Speaking of comments, we'll leave one of the comments of our own. Which thank everyone who hopped on and watched our review of Conclave. Big thank you to Christopher Chance who hopped on to co-host with us. That was a great experience, and we're gonna do it again next month. May just be him and me. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll decide. We haven't decided the movie yet, or finalized it, I should say.
We haven't finalized the movie. I have something I want to do, but we'll see. And Christopher and I just have to work out details.
Yeah. We come up with lots of ideas and then we change our minds.
Yeah, I'm pretty hardcore about this one, so we may do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Yeah. And in case we change our minds.
And in case we change our
minds. We don't need to have angry fans coming after us.
I need to review this. I know.
The movie sucked so much we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it.
Yeah. I really hope that's not the case with this film.
I hope it's not either.
Because I'll be ranting about it for days and she has to listen to it. But anyway, thank you for hopping on, and it's been our most successful live episode as far as views go, which is awesome.
Yes.
I'm thrilled.
So keep watching all of our episodes. If you can't catch our live, then go and watch it later, because they're going to be there still.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. There's a little live tab. You click that for those who are not familiar with YouTube's function. There's a live button, you go click that, and it has all of our live episodes in there, and you can find it there. It was a blast to do, honestly.
Yes, we enjoyed it.
Well, we enjoyed lambasting the movie, because the movie's terrible.
Yeah, well, can't say too much. They need to go watch the episode if they want to hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another project we've just finished.
I guess this is the housekeeping part. So we've been teasing for months that I've been working on a book. It's finally out. It's on Amazon. We'll have the link. I'll try to put the link in the description in this video. Yeah, I finished the book called Film Forming Faith, and good friend of the show, Christopher, actually was kind enough to write a great foreword. We had to trim it down a bit because he felt a little long-winded.
He's a great writer, though.
He's a fantastic writer. That's the problem. It's just like, we took a while to figure out, where can we trim? It was tough, but we trimmed it out. We didn't take away any of his words or change them. We just took out eccentricity stuff that didn't quite work, but we kept the spirit of it, and it was
absolutely.
It's still a great forward.
Yes.
Grateful for that, and glad he really enjoyed the book, because he apparently did. Because he read it beforehand, so he knew what was going on.
I think it is our longest book to date.
It is our longest book to date. Yes, I know. That's why it's the most expensive. But there's a lot in there. And this is my solo writing debut as a book writer. I mean, I've written screenplays by myself, but this is the first time I've written a book by myself. So if you want to get more stuff out of me, buy the book. Tell your friends! And just check out the book, and hopefully you'll enjoy. And if you purchase it and you really enjoy it, definitely tell your friends and let us know. Because then, if you give us because the feedback helps us to know, okay, this is content you want to hear. This is stuff you want to know more about, our thoughts on, or whatever, or be like, I hadn't thought about that before. What are your thoughts on it? And if we're helping you have conversations with others, or among your friend group, or whatever, please let us know. We'd be happy to hear your feedback. That actually helps us do better, because we actually look at, okay, how many episodes have this many views, or whatever.
Yes, we want to give the people what they want.
We do want to give the people what they want. For overall, unlike Hollywood. It helps us do our work better. This ministry better. So definitely check out our stuff, and if you really like the stuff, like and comment and subscribe. Obviously subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Buy our books.
We have several out. If you're not really a book person, but you're like, I want to grow in my prayer life, we have this series called Praying with Saints, and these are journals. They're just going to give you a quote and a prompt and lots of space to write your thoughts, your feelings, whatever comes to you spiritually. We've published those about a year ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
There's one with male saints, one with female saints, and we've got some ideas to add to that series.
Yeah, we're hoping to add more to that, so if you want more of that, let us know.
Yes.
We can write some stuff up for you. We haven't really stopped since we started.
We have not.
This has actually been the longest between books.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, so that's something. No, it's because we were working on our course.
Yes.
That's still around. Check it out.
Yes.
Go to our website and you can find all the things.
Yes, and we may have a special promotion for the course at the end of next month in honor of a certain fictional character's birthday.
We might.
Yes.
So definitely check that out.
Yeah, so stay tuned so you don't miss it.
Any other things we should talk about?
Keep watching, keep following, read our blog, buy the book, buy our course.
Sounds about good.
Yes.
And if you want to hear excerpts from the book, you may do that.
We might.
We might.
Yeah, tell us what you want so we can give the people what they want.
Exactly. We can't read your minds.
We
It's probably a good thing. In the meantime, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right. In the meantime, be bold, be brave, be courageous. Enjoy your preferred beverage. God bless.
God bless.